What's up, YouTube? This is Brian Pfeiffer, aka the Marketing Meathead, and today we are going to go ahead and set up a ManyChat messenger chatbot for Facebook.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
All right, welcome back. So real quick, ManyChat is a third-party tool that you can either have a free version or a paid version, and then you link it up with your Facebook fan page, and you create like what's called a chat bot, basically. So if somebody hits, they want to reply to you, it's automated, and you can create like a sequence and a menu and have a lot of things that communicate with people before you actually have to talk to them as a human, and hopefully maybe get their problems answered before they actually have to talk to a human. Kind of like if you were to call a bank and, you go through the whole automated thing, your balance and all the other stuff, and they try to ask you like 100 questions so you don't have to talk to a real human being and, waste somebody's time. So that's kind of like what the chat bot is, and you're going to set that up with me today, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that. And hopefully, avoid some time on your fan page and customer service and whatnot by answering people's questions in advance. Now, one thing about ManyChat, I'm going to show you a fairly simple setup. I'm going to go through and I'm going to give you guys like the main menu setup and the basic automation here, which is going to be your main menu, your default, and your welcome message. Okay, I'm going to set all that up for you guys today, live and step by step. And then this thing, you can add these growth tools and whatnot, and you can go down a rabbit hole with this chat and have it do all kinds of crazy stuff. In a later video, I'll show you guys my setup for my Evergreen webinar with an integration to my Infusionsoft. You can integrate with any email CRM. You can use MailChimp or ActiveCampaign or Entreport or any of those. Zapier can connect the two and basically collect custom fields, emails, phone numbers, and whatnot, and that from Facebook Messenger and put it into your CRM automatically with Zapier. So you can go down a whole rabbit hole with this and set up all kinds of different automation and stuff. But for today's purposes, I'm going to give you guys kind of like the beginner course, and I'm going to go step by step. Keep in mind, you can always rewind this video and pause it. I'm going to try to show you everything from beginning to end. And if you have any questions, you can go ahead and leave it in the comments. I'll get them answered for you. But for the most part, I'm going to give you all the steps. If you get confused, just go back and rewind the video and watch it again, and you should be able to figure it out. Okay, I figured this all out myself, and it's not that complicated once you kind of get into it. Now, if you get into some of these more detailed automations, it does get a little more complicated. And at the end of this video, I do have a group that I work with, and they have some like pre-designed templates, and they actually build out custom bots for people as well. And I'll go ahead and give you guys like a promo code for the templates if you guys want to get one of those. I actually did buy one myself, and you can get a discount on the template and whatnot, and it'll save you some time and give you a better idea of how things work. And they come with instructions and whatnot, so they're pretty easy to set up. But let's go ahead and get started today. And remember, when you get somebody to interact with your bot, then they become like a subscriber inside ManyChat. And at some point, you can actually communicate with them again. If you want to do a broadcast of some sort, you can do that through ManyChat here. You can see there's a broadcasting tool, okay? So let's start out with the first thing here, ManyChat. We're going to connect the fan page that you're going to create the bot on. So basically, you just click on the top left corner here to go to the main menu, and then you're going to click on this little down arrow here, okay? And then you're going to find your fan pages. So you're going to click down here to add a new page. And I'm going to do this completely from scratch, from no bot to a fully functional bot, and I'll show you how it all works. This is going to be a little bit of a longer video, but it's going to be very useful for those of you who have never done this before. And if you are new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe and leave me a comment below, and I'd like to welcome you to the channel. So all right, so let's see. I'm going to use the Surreal Nightlife and Bottle Service Las Vegas. It's not even connected to ManyChat, but I'm going to connect it right now just by clicking connect. All right, so it's going to ask me a few questions. Yes, this is an account for actual business. It's going to be a hotel and hospitality. And no, I'm not registering or setting up for a client. All right, so boom. All right, so here's what it looks like when you connect it. And the first thing you want to do here is you want to go down to My Settings. And while I'm doing this, I'm pulling stuff from another chat bot, so I can save a little bit of time here, and you guys can go through and do this quickly. All right, so here is the first thing we're going to do. We're going to do a greeting text, okay? So we're going to go to, It's saying to upgrade to Pro. For this version, I'm going to show you guys, you don't need Pro. Okay, you can do this completely for free. And if you want to get a little more creative and do some bigger stuff, then you're probably going to have to upgrade to Pro. It's like $10 a month. But for the purposes of what we're setting up today, you don't need Pro. Okay, most of you probably will not need Pro, so don't worry about the $10 a month. All right, so we're back in settings here, greeting text, and I'm going to paste this. Okay. Now notice this first name is highlighted in blue. Okay, there's a reason for that. Let's get rid of that real quick. And you see down here, there's a little drop-down menu. You got emojis. You got these little brackets, okay? And then you got like a word count, I believe that is. Click on these little brackets to get your option for the ManyChat to pull in the first name from the actual person that's trying to chat with you, okay? So we're going to click first name. We're going to highlight that, and then we're going to do, so now we got it in blue. So basically, you want to make sure there's a space here. So there's a space there, and then you don't want a space here because there's an exclamation point. It's going to say, hey, first name. Click on the Get Started button below now, okay? So basically, you're telling them with emojis to go down below. Now, if you have a Mac, you can just do Control, Alt, Spacebar, and you see the emojis pop up. Okay, that's how I do it because I have a Mac. If you don't have a Mac, you can just click on this little smiley thing, and you can put your emojis in that way if you have a Windows machine, okay? And then we're just going to do save, all right? And refresh permissions. A lot of times, sometimes you have to refresh permissions when you're doing this. All right, so let's go over now to the actual fan page. So we're going to do facebook.com. Let's go ahead and, okay, I'm already logged in. So, all right, so let's go here and we go to the home. And then you're going to go down to explore. Here's their pages. And I have a bunch of pages, so you're going to click on your pages. And then it should pull up, and we're going to be looking for Surreal Nightlife and Bottle Service Las Vegas, okay? So let's click on that. Taking a little while to open up. All right, so now here we're on the actual fan page itself. So here's what we got to do to get this thing set up properly. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to change this button. And okay, we're going to make it so that if somebody clicks on it, they start communicating with the messenger, okay? So let's go down here to Edit button. And see where it says, there's a number of choices here, but you want to go to Contact You. Drop down, and you want to have Send Message, okay? And then we're going to click Next. And then see where it says Messenger here, you got to click on this. So click on that, and notice how we have a Send Message button, and it's configured with the Messenger, okay? And we finish, okay? So now that's set up. So that's all you got to do with the button. Now the next thing you want to do is you want to go over to your settings up here on the top right. And in the settings, you're going to click on the second one down, which is messaging. At the time of the recording, this is the second one down. Who knows? Facebook changes all the time. All right, and there's a few things you want to do as far as settings go here. You want to keep this on, use the return key to send messages. You want to keep this on, prompt people to send messages. I turn this off because we have a bot now, and you don't really need to help people start a conversation with your page. And go ahead and I use that as off. You need to respond to at least 75% of the messages to show. Okay, well, it's not letting me put a response time here, so I can't do anything there. But sometimes you can actually change that. I usually change it to within a couple hours. And the other thing you want to do is you want to have this reminder off and this greeting on. Now, notice when I flip this on, boom. Remember what we just put in over here? It's already there, okay? So now that's already there. So let's take a look at what this looks like on the actual Messenger page. So we're going to go back over to Home, Pages, Your Pages, and we're going to find Surreal Nightlife and Bottle Service. All right, and so if I'm I'm going to do like a test button. So this is what it's going to look like. So we're going to test, and notice here that message comes up. Hey, Brian. Click the Get Started button below. So this is now what like the person's going to see when they land on the Messenger page. And instead of like actually having a box to put a message in, they click Get Started, okay? Now, we haven't set anything else up yet, so right now nothing's going to happen. But as soon as we do set more stuff up, you're going to see how the automation all works, okay? So that's what we've got set up so far. We want to go ahead and delete this. So you got to go in your Messenger and actually delete this message, not archive. You want to delete it because now we're going to start out from scratch the next time we go back into Messenger, and I want to show you the whole automation process. So let's go back in here to ManyChat, and let's get rolling. All right, now we're going to go into the actual automation of the bot. So this is where you click on automation, and notice here that we're going to mess with these first three things here: the main menu, the default reply, and the welcome message. Okay, so the main menu basically is this. Now on mobile, it looks a little differently. It actually populates a little bit better, but the main menu is going to be. Let me show you one that I've already set up here. Here's one that I already set up. See these little buttons here? This is your main menu. Now on mobile, these actually populate, so you can actually see these things. But here you got to click on it on desktop, and notice how I have a couple things here. You can request a quote or get the freebies. That's your main menu looks like. Okay. So let's go back into ManyChat and go ahead and get started with this main menu. And basically, you just click on automation, main menu, and this is what you get. There's nothing here. So you're going to click on this menu item. It just allows you to type. And we're going to put an emoji. And I like this little arrow because it kind of gives people a little bit of direction. All right. And let me get into something here a little bit better. All right. So most of the time when people come to my fan page, the main thing I really want them to do is I want them to send me a quote. Okay. That's probably the most important thing that I can get from somebody is an actual request for a quote. So that's going to be the first thing in my menu. All right. Request a quote. Now everybody's business is going to be a little different. Okay. I'm assuming for some people they might want to get a call or do whatever, and you can set anything up you want here. So basically you can have a sub menu, you can have reply with a message, or you can open up a website. In this case, I'm going to request a quote and I'm going to open up a message, okay? Or I'm going to open up a website. And if you notice here, I have a actual page here where somebody can actually go in and request a quote on my Surreal website. So I'm going to take this URL, I'm going to copy it, and we're just going to put that in right here, okay? So boom. So, and then you just click done, and boom. Now we have request a quote in a menu that opens up right to the quote page on surrealnightlife.com. All right, the next one I'm going to do here. Now notice here you can only have 3 items in your menu if you have a pro account. That's $10 a month. Now if you don't have a pro account, which I'm not going to sign up for on this particular page, I can go up to 2 menus. So that's one of their little incentives to try to make you spend the $10 a month. You don't really need it unless you have a business that you really do need it for, but for this particular page, I don't need it. So we're going to go ahead and put an emoji, and we're going to do here, get the freebies. All right. Everybody likes freebies. So we're going to be nice and give people freebies. And then this is when we're going to go ahead and open up a sub menu. So click on that, and notice automatically I populated this menu item down here. Okay. So we can go ahead and just put that in here. And one of the freebies that I use is kind of like one of my lead magnets. And again, I like these emojis, so let's go ahead and start with that. People are interested in coming to Vegas is the Vegas nightclub guide. Okay, I have a real nice guide here, and this is what it looks like. Basically, it's all the nightclubs in Vegas, real nice done, PDF, professionally done. Obviously, a high quality piece that I paid money for to have designed very nicely, and we're going to go ahead and put that. Now that's going to be open a website because we want people when they click on that, they want to go right to that guide. So let's put that URL in. Done. All right, that one's done. Let's add another one, and look here, we can have 3 items max for pro accounts and 2 for the free accounts. So we can only put 2 in here for the sub menu, and so we're going to go with that, and we'll do the Vegas, you guessed it, day club guide. I have another one of those, obviously real nice, done up. Let's take the URL, copy, all branded to my website. And some of these need to get updated because some of the new clubs are added. We're going to open up a website, paste the URL. New clubs are added, some change and whatnot, but these URLs are going to stay the same. So when we do an update, we just update this URL, and this will still all be set up and keep working. So done. All right, so there we go. There's our main menu. That's done. Okay, that's all we're doing here. We just linked it out. This opens up these 2, this one and this one and this one link out. That's a link out to another website. Okay, so that's it for the main menu. All right, now that's set up, and I'm going to show you guys what this all looks like when it's all set up, and I'll show everything functioning and everything. Okay, so let's go to the default reply. This is the next thing we're going to set up. So Page name, that's where it pulls in the actual name of the page. And you can say it typically replies in, actually you got to edit this, by the way. So you got to edit it on the top right, and then you can actually go in and change this. Typically replies in, I'm going to change this to a few hours. So if you do reply in a day or two, put that. But if you just reply in a couple hours like we do, just put that, and that's legit. So you're not trying to pull the wool over anybody's eyes here. You're just being honest. And if you want to talk to a human, just press the talk to human button. Okay. So notice how this is set up here. This is now attached. Okay. So your starting step is this default reply, and this is what's called like a flow. Okay. And then this next step is it's basically if someone presses talk to human, then that's going to be this step. Okay. So if we do talk to human, we want it to say, okay, and then I'm going to have it say their first name. So remember this little brackets here that I showed you earlier? You click on that, and here's the first name. Now it gives you the option here on flows where you can actually put in the first name, and then you can have like a fallback, okay? I'm going to put the word then here, okay, then, just in case for some reason it doesn't pull in their first name, it's going to say, okay, then, and then, okay, so it's not like too crazy here. Just hit return. Okay, first name or then. Just type the message, just type your message, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible, okay? And then I usually like to put an emoji. Emojis work really well on Messenger. People talk with emojis nowadays, especially on a social network, and don't feel like you need to not have emojis. So there's not going to be any kind of a button here, and once we see that somebody actually wants to talk to a human, we'll know to reply to them and whatnot. So we can go ahead and publish this, and we're going to go ahead and enable it, all right? So now we got your main menu, and remember we got to update this and enable it as well. Okay, I forgot to do that. So that's enabled. Oops, it didn't work. Now it's enabled. So menu is enabled, default reply is enabled, and that's ready to go. And now we're going to go ahead and set up our welcome message. All right. So let's go into welcome message, and I'm going to go ahead and just copy this, save a little time. All right, so we have, hey, first name. Now notice when I copied that, it did not light up the first name in blue, so that's a problem. We got to go out, delete this, and we got to put this in, so it actually pulls in the first name, okay? And I'm going to change this, the fallback, to there, just in case it doesn't pull the first name in for whatever reason. You can say, hey there, okay? So hey, first name or there. Thanks for reaching out. And click the buttons below to start. Or just send us a message with your question, okay? And so this is what we're going to do now. We're going to add some buttons, all right? So notice here there's going to be a menu, so we're going to want to go ahead and send message here. And as soon as I press send message, you're going to see it's going to connect this to, okay? So send message, and then the attached step is the send message. So we got the welcome message, and then the attached step is the send message. And so here we go. So for the send message, we're going to put in a number of different things. And this is going to be send message. All right, so we're going to put this. So here's your welcome message. They click, that's going to say, okay, we're going to put in some, before we do the, actually we're not going to do the send message on this one. Let's go ahead and delete this. So we're going to do the welcome message. The first button I like to put is, I'm trying to grow my Instagrams on this particular thing. So let's go ahead and just change this to Instagram subscribe. Instagram subscribe. Okay. So now it's Instagram subscribe. And this is where we're going to open a website here. And let's do Instagram. And I got to find the Instagram for this particular business. And oops. I'm going to change that to, actually we can go with this. And here we go. All right. Okay. All right, so this is the Instagram for this particular business, and it's Surreal Events. Now we'll test all these links to make sure they're working, but let's go ahead and put this in here. The website URL. All right. Now notice there's other stuff you can click on here. You can make this do some options with the web view size. You can also have it create an action. Some of these actions could be add a tag, and this is where you'd potentially have it go and do some automation on the back end with Zapier. Okay, and you can have it notify your admin if somebody actually clicks on this stuff. Okay, there's a lot of different things these bots can do. They're pretty dynamic, but for the purposes of this particular video, I'm just giving you guys the basics and getting you set up so you have a pretty cool fan page with a working chatbot. All right, so we're done here. I'm not adding any actions. Instagram subscribe, that's the name of the button. All right, and now I'm going to add a third thing here, okay? And what's the main thing that I said I needed was a quote, okay? So what I want to do here is need a quote. Need a quote, okay? And then a comma. So there's that, and we're going to open up a website, and we're going to go ahead to our quote page. We're going to copy that, put the URL in, paste it. Don't need emojis, and that's done. Okay, so now the Instagram goes to Instagram. The need a quote goes to the quote page, and now we're going to want another button here. I'm going to do want some. Come on. Freebies. People like freebies, okay? And make it, kind of stand out in caps, okay? And now this is where we're going to actually go in and send a message, okay? So we'll send a message, and that's going to be your attached step, okay? So I've already got these kind of printed out already. So we're going to go send a message, and this is where we enter in our text. So we put our text right there. And I'm going to do a get it now. And we're going to do, this is the nightclub guide. So let's go ahead and take that URL. Let's be a little goofy over here. And we're going to test all these URLs just to make sure. So we're going to open a website and done. All right, now we're going to add a delay here. I like 5 seconds. You can do whatever you want, but I like 5 seconds. So 5. We're going to put in some more text, and this is basically going to be like a secondary message. And this is when we're going to give them the day club guide. Add button. I'm going to get it now. Okay, and let's go grab the day club guide URL. Boom, copy. Open website. Boom. All right, done. And I'm going to actually do 5 here, so let's go ahead and delay. Let's make this 5. And text. And this is going to be now, I have a strip club guide as well. So we're going to give this to them in the message if they request this. And here's the strip club guide. Get it now. Boom. And we got to link this up to the actual strip club guide. See, I got a strip club guide here, digital directory, and they're all nice things that you have for a legit business. And done. And then we're going to go, I got a couple more here. I'm going to give them the 5 seconds, and we're going to do text. And I have like a map of all the tables in all the nightclubs. So that's a real nice lead magnet. If they're interested in bottle service, which this is Surreal Nightlife and bottle service, I'm going to give them the maps of all the clubs so they can kind of look and see what they like as far as tables go. And we have a real nice nightclubs table and floor plans guide of all the actual floor plans. And we'll do open URL. Done. And one more. We're going to put the delay. We're going to do 5 seconds. 5, enter. And enter, and then a text. And we're going to do the day club table map. So I have all the day clubs as far as table maps too. Obviously day clubs are popular in the summertime around here. We're going to get it now. Now, boom. And make this capital so it looks the same as the rest. You don't want to look sloppy. You want to try to be uniform. Everything needs to stay like consistent and uniform if you can keep it that way. Under the URL, boom, done. Okay, so now we have our 5 messages. Nightclub guide linked, 5-second delay, day club guide linked, strip club guide linked, table map for nightclubs linked, and table map for day clubs linked. And that's it. Okay, so we're going to publish this. We're going to enable it. And I like to go down here and go into settings and refresh the permissions. And that kind of links everything between the fan page and the ManyChat up. So you're 100% linked up. And let's go over and test this sucker out and see how it works. Okay, this is the full setup. All right, so we're going to go into make sure the messages are deleted out of here. You don't have anything in your messenger, and you want to, if you archived it, this is where your archived are. You'd want to go ahead and remove it out of your archives and delete it. So you want to actually delete. Okay, so we'll go. All right, so let's go and oops, I'm going to go in here to messages. All right, so let's go to home. And we're going to go ahead. Actually, let's go in and I'll do an incognito window, and we'll go in under one of my other Facebook accounts, and we'll act like an actual customer. I think that's a better example. So let me just log in here to another account. And no, you're not supposed to have more than one Facebook, but I have 5. And I haven't been taken down yet. That's what happens when you're a promoter. I know a lot of people. Over the years, every time one filled up, I just started another one. Okay, so here's one of my other Facebook accounts. And let's go into home, and then pages, and then your pages. And we should see the Surreal Nightlife and bottle service. There it is. All right, so I set up this messenger with one of my other profiles. So this is basically like, even though this particular page is an admin, we'll get the idea. Okay, you'll be able to see how this whole thing works. So remember, I set up this thing as a send message, and I'm going to send the message. Actually, it's giving me, because I'm an admin, let's just try to do a test button. Okay, you're going to see what, hey Brian, get started below now, boom. Okay, so you got the arrows pointing down, that's what we want. So we're going to get started. Let's see what happens. Now notice the menus here. Okay, we have a menu, and we can request a quote, which takes us over to the requote page, or we can, this is the menu now. On mobile, this actually pops up. You can get the freebies, and this is the Las Vegas nightclub guide, and this is the Las Vegas day club guide. Okay, that's correct. So that's your menu. Okay, most people aren't smart enough to click on those 3 bars, so they're going to just see that get started, and this is why we set up the rest of this stuff. Okay, so hey Brian, thanks for reaching out. Click one of the buttons below, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that was the welcome message we set up. Okay, we just set this up. So let's see how this all works. Subscribe to Instagram, boom. Surreal Events Instagram, done. So they can subscribe there. Need a quote, boom, done. They get a quote. Want some freebies, all right? And this is where we set up those messages. So here's one message. There's your nightclub guide, 5 seconds. Day club guide, 5 seconds. Strip club guide, 5 seconds. Table maps, 5 seconds. Day club table maps. Boom. Everything's working perfect. All right, so there's your bot. Now, what happens if someone just goes in here and types in something? Okay, so let's just type in hello. Remember, we set up a default reply? Surreal Nightlife and Bottle Service, which is my name page, typically replies in a few hours. If you want to talk to someone, just press the Talk to Human button. Talk to Human. Okay? Okay, Brian, pulled in my name. Just type the message below, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Now, we'll obviously see that on the other side, and we'll know this person's actually trying to talk to us. Okay? So now we've set up the main menu, we've set up a default reply, and we've set up like a welcome message with a bunch of other stuff that gives people all the lead magnets to see everything about our business and all the good stuff. Now, I actually have a nice package thing I'm putting together with like a nice PDF of all the packages, and I'll be adding that into my welcome message once I get that finished by my designer. And it's pretty easy to just go ahead and add another email in the sequence there. So that's it. We've done everything on the ManyChat setup. Hopefully you guys stuck around to the end, and if you did learn something today, I would appreciate a comment below, and let me know if you that was kind of a weird noise. Liked what I saw. like what you saw today, I would appreciate a comment below, and go ahead and leave me any suggestions that you might have for my chatbot. And if you are new to the channel, go ahead and leave me a comment below. I'd like to go ahead and welcome you to the channel. And please, please, please moon up the likes on this video. Go ahead and share it with your friends. Show them all the cool things that you can do with ManyChat for free. And go ahead and subscribe to the channel and bang that notifications bell. I am the Marketing Meathead. We'll talk to you later. Thank you.